What's going on, guys? So today I am out here at the Sneak Peek event hosted by Forest River. This is an event where they bring dealers in and they showcase their 2025 model year lineup to them, because these are RVs that will eventually appear on dealership lots. So it gives them an opportunity to see what they're ordering, what they're going to have in stock, and it's just a really cool event because I get to see a lot of the new innovations and the directions that manufacturers are going. In front of me is a Primetime Sanibel fifth wheel. Now this is a full profile fifth wheel, and it's a pretty dang long fifth wheel as well. There's a lot of really cool things going on in here, and the reason why I'm actually filming this is because they told me maybe you want to see the inside of one of these because we've done a lot of really cool, interesting things. So we're going to take a closer look at this. Hang tight, I'll be right back. Okay, so I have Thor's cousin Spencer here in front of me. He left his hammer at home. I think you use an axe instead of a hammer.
Yes, sir.
So I got Spencer here. He is with Primetime, and he's going to give me a really quick tour. We actually walked through here, and there's a lot of things I've identified already. But again, he's going to walk me through this unit because this unit has been an absolute top seller of yours. And there's a lot of reasons why. So first of all, are there a lot of changes for 2025 model year?
Yeah, absolutely. We have a mixture of some engineering changes as well as a lot of feature changes. We really tried to hone in on the inside, using space even better, making sure that we're adding in all the extra details and comforts of home. We made a big change to our island that is very functional as well as high quality. It's going to feel really nice when we're showing you guys a lot of soft close features and things like that. So it's a lot of what you touch and feel and interact with has been really improved on this floor plan.
Okay, and as we go through here, also talk about things like the use of hardwoods, the use of kind of innovative storage solutions, some of the things that you've shown me, because in today's era where people really want to see quality and they want to see that manufacturers are stepping up in terms of quality, I think a lot of the features and upgrades you've done here definitely show it as a standout unit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, let's head inside. All right, so we're going to go inside of the Primetime 3952 FBWB, a Turnabond construction. So first of all, Spencer, can you explain to me, what does a Turnabond construction mean?
So a Turnabond, we like to use the in-house mantra, eternally bonded. Primetime has been hammering the idea of we want our product to be built for life. And a lot of that is really rooted in the substance of our construction. That's the first element of built for life, and eternally bonded, Turnabond construction is a big part of that. So we do a full 360-degree lamination process on this coach. We use full double welds, we use wood stuff, greater screw retention, we use PVC roof membranes instead of TPO, and really there's a lot more elements I could really dive into, but the essential idea of it is that this thing is built to be eternally bonded and built to last the lifetime of the coach.
Okay, so real quickly I'm going to pan around the interior. I like the use of kind of blended colors. You have this really cool kind of neutral color tone here, then you have your lighter colors, and then of course you have your really light wallboard itself. But this island is kind of special. So before we get into kind of the ergonomics and why this was set up the way it is, let's talk about this island, because I know there's a lot of special features here.
Yeah, so we actually, we bring in this island from a local construction company, and they built the whole thing out for us. It is built out of ash wood. It's very solid. Everything on it is going to be soft close. So that's just part of it. But on top of that, it's got some really cool functional elements. So if you back up here for a second, right here, you're going to have a pull-out dual trash cans, just like you're at home. Very residential styling to that. This is kind of neat too. You can pull out the cutting board, and then when you're cutting on it, it's got a little slit here. You can just wipe stuff down into there directly into the trash can.
A lot of people have this, but you've executed on it better. It's a much larger cutting board with the larger opening, so I like that. It's not this tiny kind of skinny cutting board with a tiny little hole, so that's really cool.
Yeah. And then if you get underneath there, this drawer has a lot of extra functionality to it as well. So you're going to have your paper towel holder here that does feed out the front, as well as you've got your silverware drawer here that when you pop back, you've got extra storage underneath, and then obviously this big space here that people can use for what they need to.
Very nice. I like that that is also soft closing as well.
Yep. Then on the other side, and this will actually be a really good transition into the ergonomics and the ways that we've laid this out, we do actually have this island table that pulls out here. It's sort of a dinette alternative. so that we can use the space a little bit better. It's got leaves that actually fold down into the island, and then it pulls out. You can run stools here, but really it's an alternative, more of a modern dining approach to the things that we're trying to do in here.
No, that's really nice.
Yep.
And I see something right there. What am I looking at?
This?
Yes.
So that's just a little extra pull-out storage. Again, we're trying to utilize the space as much as we possibly can.
It's a good spot to keep cutlery, like your knives and things like that, if you don't want to put it in your silverware drawer over there.
Absolutely.
That is really cool. And this just slides back in.
Yep.
So I've seen this before, but I typically see it on a wall. I've never seen it as part of an island. So that is really cool that you've done that.
Yep.
I love the fact that you have solid surface materials all the way around. Absolutely. And this looks like real tile.
Yep.
So you have real tile backsplashes here, as well as over here, and you also have solid surface materials there as well. I love the use of solid surface materials, even around the televator over here.
Yep.
I like the 4-burner contour stove oven combination. Really, really nice. Huge oven. This is absolutely a very familiar product. A lot of manufacturers carry it, but a lot of them don't. And the ones that carry it typically can brag about the fact that you have a far more residential style stove oven combination.
Yeah.
This is a standard microwave, but it is a residential sized microwave. All right, what else you got?
Well, also a couple more things in here. I love pointing out that we use actual lumber cores on our doors. Sometimes in training or when we're walking customers through it, we'll give them a nice yank and show them that they're nice and rigid. Also, our cabinet doors are all going to be painted. We don't use any wrapped materials, things like that. It's actual real wood, tongue and groove construction. Our fascia is actually going to be real wood as well. So it ties back into our rooted in substance thing that we're going for with Built for Life, where everything that the customer is going to be interacting with in their new coach is meant to be premium and feel high quality.
Very cool. Let's step in the back here. I want to surprise people with what's up front at the very end.
Yeah.
But before we do that, let me show them this. So you have these cool end tables right here.
Yep.
And it looks like you have a power charging station right here, which you do. You have your blackout shades. I love the fact they're not running the big gaudy valances down the side here. It's also really nice. Are dual pane windows an option?
They
Can
are.
somebody opt for them? Okay,
Yep,
so if you do want to use this in an environment where dual pane windows will help you, if you've seen the videos of me testing them versus single pane, they're expensive, they're heavy, but they sure do actually work. And then we'll talk about this real quick. So this is probably my least liked feature in here, only because it reminds me of a toy hauler.
Yeah.
But that said, they kind of made a good point when they were in here earlier just talking to me about their reasoning behind this, that they used to have the traditional dinette over here with the chairs around it, and they basically said because of what this room up front, and we'll show you it in a minute, allows you to do, some people in here felt a little left out and they didn't have the seating that was needed. So by putting this here, it gives a larger family the opportunity to have everyone together in one space.
Yes, sir. And I think the thing that I don't want to be lost here is that was actually built on customer feedback. So when we first rolled out this coach, we did a more traditional theater seating with your dinette that was legless, mounted into the wall with some chairs around it. But we got the feedback with your opposing slide living room set up in here. We don't have a couch along the back because of your moving into the bedroom. So people kept saying to us at shows in particular that they were lacking the seating they wanted. So that's when we came up with the alternative of, okay, let's get a little creative, and out of necessity for trying to make sure we can seat everyone, put the super sofa in, and then create these sort of modern dining alternatives that really tie the space together and make it really functional.
Because you got the 3 seats here. Does this collapse down? I'm sure it does, right?
Yeah,
so that collapses down. You have 3 seats here, great spot for the kids to eat their cereal and do their homework in color. And then this, in reality, is the size of a sofa and a love seat just combined together, missing an armrest. And all of these recline, which is also really nice.
Yep.
So you have a lot of capability here. Just for me, it makes me feel like I'm in a toy hauler, kind of. Because it's the same challenge you have with the toy hauler.
Yeah.
You have a door right here that takes you to the back, and you kind of have to have a creative setup here.
Yep.
But I don't hate it. It's just, again, interesting styling.
Yep.
Moving on into the bedroom. So Spencer, I'll let you kind of lead the way.
Okay.
All right, we have our panoramic fireplace, which I really like. I love the ledge here. Don't know if somebody could squeeze through there very easy, but that's one of your fire escapes. Cabinetry up here, and these are not soft closing, right? So you have soft closing out there, but these aren't soft closing right here.
Correct. Yep.
Okay. And yeah, go ahead and kick it off.
Yeah, so you've got, this is actually kind of a winning combination that we've pulled from our front living floor plan and then implemented in here. Big open setup in here with overhead storage. This really is, I think a lot of people love that with the wide body, it's like you can sit here and actually put your shoes on at the end of the bed.
Yeah, you got a lot of room.
It doesn't feel cramped like a lot of RV bedrooms can get to feel. We also love that we have a separated out washer and dryer. So you actually would have two doors, this door and then the bedroom door, that would separate you from your actual sleeping space. So that way if you're trying to run it at night, it's not going to be keeping you awake, right?
Okay.
This is going to be your creative storage solutions for the bedroom.
Okay. Just basically a lot of flexible storage. And real quick, I love that you put your night table, your nightstands at the edge of your slide out. Please don't go the route of putting these way up here in the very top. So if you have your hot coffee, you're like putting it over your head and hope you don't spill it on yourself. Yeah. I love, and I bring this up in like every video, I love having your little end tables coming off of the slide right here because it gives you a flat spot that you can put coffee on, your phone on, things like that without having to raise it over your head. So that is really nice.
Yeah, it's a simple solution, but we think it's very elegant. So we've stuck with it for a few years now. This is a very, very open bathroom setup. Anytime you really dedicate this much space to your bathroom, you're going to get a pretty unique experience.
Yeah, for sure.
Dual vanity. We've got the above ground to maximize the storage underneath. Plenty of drawers, and then of course a big shower, skylight, so that our taller gentlemen don't have an issue there.
Yep, it is a two-piece shower, but it does have the tri-sliding door on it. Nice seat in the corner. It's a good size shower. It's not bad. Very, very tall. You could easily be upwards of 7.5 feet and probably be fine in here. Got your porcelain foot flush toilet. Got nice spots for towels and toiletries as well. Very nice. All right, let's jump to the front now. I'll follow you.
All righty. And this, so far, I think it almost kind of has a couples coach feel to it with how open and airy everything is.
Yeah, for sure.
This.
But hold on, pause. That's a great spot for a coffee maker. All right, yeah, let's continue.
This, a lot of times, is really where it wows people. So this is actually a bunk model. Up here in the front, we've got an extra half bath, a desk for the kids, and then a full residential style bunk system up here.
Yeah, this is awesome. Yeah. This is a great place, and check this out right here. So you have a nice little hutch. You have a cool storage solution right here. You got drawers, cabinetry, everything inside of here as well. Good deep storage. This is on a shallow slide, I can tell.
Yep.
And then you have no slide on this side, but you have two windows. You got a lot of natural light coming in. I love the fact that you have some ambient lighting under here as well. And you could sleep, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 kids up here?
Yes, sir.
Plus the desk. So the desk is absolutely awesome. And this is a necessity for those of you who may travel and homeschool your kids, or perhaps you're just living in your RV in another area and you need a dedicated spot for the kids to be able to do their homework, their crafts, and things like that. Even though half the time they'll probably be laying on their bunk beds doing it on their tummies. But this is such a cool spot, though. It's really nice. Yeah. Do we have 3 ACs in here or 2?
3 ACs.
3 ACs.
3 15,000 ACs, all controlled on one thermostat. So
okay.
That'll have a staggered start. Also, when you're up here, so a lot of people have been purchasing this model to use actually just as a second, like a desk area where they can do their office work. These are fairly easily removed if they need to be, which opens up this space. And I've heard of a lady turning it into a little sewing station for herself, or especially people just adding in their own storage solutions up here as well. So there really is a lot that can be done up here if people want to put in that effort into making it their own.
I'm a drummer. This would be my drum studio.
Set up here.
Exactly.
Garage band.
Exactly. All right. You know what? I want to take a quick glance around the outside of the RV as well to kind of see what's going on out there. Okay, so we're going to quickly go over the outside of this RV. And Spencer, I'm going to go over it and you just tell me if I'm wrong.
All right.
That's probably the best way.
Sounds good.
So you have the Rhino box up front, which is connected to the Lippert Space Saver upper deck, which has a huge 6-inch tubular section right here. Basically, it is a much more structural and stronger version of their frame, which is really nice. And it gives you a really nice flat area up front that traditionally would be a step up with most traditional RV frames, kind of like this one right here. So that's going to have the older upper deck section to it, and this is going to have the newer one. This does not ride on a drop frame, but it does have a 12-inch I-beam frame, so that's nice. So it's a solid 12-inch I-beam frame front to back, which means, could you pop that one open for me real quick if you wouldn't mind? It doesn't have super thin baggage doors, but they're not the thickest, but they feel relatively dense. But it has double slam latches on each one, and because there's a slide out up here, they have to put strut arms to keep it from hitting that. Has 1 by 2.5 inch aluminum frame with radiant barrier underneath the bath deck. Even though that's not a bath deck, it's a, oh, what is up here? I can't remember. What's in this spot?
The bunk.
The bunkhouse, yeah.
Yep.
So, yep, so from about here up is the bunkhouse. All right, you have a leash link right there. Probably a couple, let's see what size your tanks are. 30-pound propane cans. You possibly could fit a 40-pounder in there, but I'm not 100% sure. Has anybody put a 40-pounder in there?
I haven't heard of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have a through frame rack and pinion slide out. You have the ground control auto leveling 6-point. Coming over here, you're gonna have the Saloon S637 tires, which I'm a big fan of. So these are G-rated tires. These are tires that I had upgraded on one of our fifth wheels in the past. I made a lot of content on them. They're actually really good quality tires. You have the Dexter Easy Flex suspension as well. That is actually a pretty good suspension system. It's a little firm for what it is, but it's definitely an upgrade over the traditional, standard equalizer. It does not have heavy-duty shackle straps or greasable wet bolts. That is definitely an upgrade I would recommend. Nitrogen-filled tires, even though I don't really care about that. You have 2 awnings, both with LED light strips underneath them as well. Coming around to the back, this is that LED lighting? I can't tell. That is LED lighting. Yes. So yeah, you do have LED lighting. Yep. LEDs up top, wired for a Furrion wireless backup camera. Has a 1.25-inch receiver on the back for a luggage rack or an accessory rack. You can't tow with that. 50 amp connection right here. You have rack and pinion slides all the way down the side over here as well, which I really like. But that should be it pretty much for here. I like the fact that you guys have the ladder on the back and you're not forcing everyone to go with the on-the-go system. This is a wide body chassis as well, which is going to give you about ½ a foot greater width on the inside, which when you have opposing slides, it actually equates to more like a foot. But very, very cool. Did I miss anything?
Nope.
And then of course, PVC roof on the top.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, very cool. Well, Spencer, I really appreciate it. Thank you for giving me a tour of the unit.
Yes, sir.
Super cool, and I love the front bunkhouse. So, yeah, I definitely say if you got a big family, this is something you should look at. Anyways, guys, if you haven't had a chance, please take a moment, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment below so Spencer can see what people think of him and his review of the RV. And we'll talk to you again very soon.